They put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career. I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers got to wear a dress.
There have been recent controversies surrounding Tyler Perry, with several artists coming forward to assert that he may not have the best interests of his fellow black artists at heart. Despite these allegations, it appears that the situation is far from over. Prominent figures such as Dave Chapelle and Ice Cube have stepped into the forefront, shedding light on what they believe Tyler Perry may be concealing from the public eye.
People are very polarized in all kind of ways. People are afraid to speak out.
In a recent revelation, Dave Chapelle brought attention to what he perceives as a darker side of Kevin Hart's legacy, suggesting that Kevin might engage in inappropriate activities solely for the pursuit of money and fame in Hollywood. Chapelle also claimed that Tyler Perry has majorly played a role in manipulating Kevin Hart. Once Kevin became aware of the public exposure by Chapelle, he reacted strongly and confronted Chapelle about these allegations. The unfolding situation raises questions about the dynamics between the two and leaves people wondering about the nature of their relationship.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
The feud escalated when Kevin Hart appeared in a TV show wearing feminine attire, drawing widespread criticism for seemingly contradicting his previous statements. Prior to this incident, Hart had explicitly stated in an interview that he would not engage in unprofessional activities for the sake of Hollywood, distancing himself from the actions of others in the industry.
I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand.
Following this incident, Kevin made an unexpected appearance on a television show, seemingly indifferent to safeguarding his brand and dignity. Dave Chapelle found this particularly troubling because he values dignity and has consistently advocated for fair treatment of black individuals in the entertainment industry, highlighting how they are often mistreated by Hollywood elites.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Kevin doing these absurd things bothered Chapelle, and he spilled tea on every single detail of who tricked Kevin to appear like this on the TV screens.
There's no animosity there, but there's an awareness of where the void is. So now I take that and I make sure I apply it to mine.
According to him, it is Tyler who has been involved in grooming black artists. This belief among people was further intensified when a Twitter user uploaded a video. This individual chose to openly voice her discontent with Tyler Perry's films, highlighting what she believed to be a bias in his work. Taking her critique a step further, she went on to create and share a video on social media, drawing a comparison between Tyler Perry's films and what she considered to be subpar quality. Her criticism did not stop at this point.
I'm not a Tyler Perry fan, so this is what I got to say. It's funny how he got all this money to do everything but the right thing.
The woman claimed that Tyler Perry possesses a fear of white people, asserting that this fear was impacting his creative decisions and choices. Her statements resonated with others, prompting them to express their opinions on Tyler Perry and his body of work.
And they said they loved the script, but they wasn't sure how the film was going to turn out, so they passed.
These videos imply that there might be a hidden truth beneath the surface. The question arises, what could be Tyler Perry's secret that has led some dark-skinned actors to decline working with him? Tyler Perry undeniably left a substantial mark, ascending to fame in the Atlanta theater scene and attaining box office success with his Medea series. Nevertheless, Perry's journey has been accompanied by controversy. There have been rumors implying that his ego grew to the point where he clashed even with influential figures like Oprah. In the fiercely competitive realm of Hollywood, making strides often involves navigating through some questionable tactics, and Tyler Perry seems to be no exception.
And when I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
After finding success at the box office, Tyler Perry expanded into television with the well-received sitcom House of Pain. However, controversy ensued during negotiations for a syndication deal and a spin-off series named Meet the Browns. According to Deadline, Perry dismissed 4 writers who had requested union contracts, creating a tense situation in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson expressed her discontent, stating to Deadline, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes, but now when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show being syndicated, syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer. Tyler Perry responded to the dispute by taking personal control, declaring that he would now write everything himself. Yet Perry's conflicts with unions extended beyond the writer's room. In 2015, actor unions SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity took a stand by prohibiting their members from participating in Perry's stage play, Medea on the Run, due to his production company's refusal to sign union contracts. While Perry may be driven by profit maximization, his methods have not received unanimous approval within the industry.
There's a camera on you, baby.
There's a camera on me right
back behind you.
Oh, hello, praise the Lord. We'd like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way. Thank you.
Following the success of House of Pain and Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamilah Lemieux penned an open letter to Tyler Perry, published by NPR. In her letter, Lemieux conveyed her discomfort with Perry's utilization of stereotypes in his work. She expressed, through her, the country has laughed at one of the most important members of the Black community, Mother Dear, the beloved matriarch. I just can't quite get with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with prosthetic breasts flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve much more than that. Heck, our fathers and grandfathers deserve more. Mr. Perry, you have told the Hollywood old guard to kiss your backside, and I appreciate that, brother. But many Black folks have expressed some of the very same attitudes about your work that white critics have. Notably, acclaimed film director Spike Lee is among the prominent figures who criticize Tyler Perry for employing stereotypical characters in his work. Lee is known for openly addressing this concern with Perry.
But I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money.
Spike Lee continued to assert that due to the production of stereotypical movies, individuals like Tyler Perry were breaking records. From Lee's perspective, the industry could elevate its standards by steering clear of biased and nonsensical films that feature designated one-dimensional characters.
Breaking records, but we could do better.
Tyler Perry's casting and character portrayal choices have become a noticeable point of discussion among viewers, sparking conversations about his business strategy. Some critics argue that Perry often casts dark-skinned actors in villainous roles, while portraying white-skinned individuals as heroes in his movies and shows. This perception has triggered debates and discussions within his audience about the representation and portrayal of characters in his work.
Pitiful Black woman being abused by a no-good, dark-skinned man, and then saved and rescued by the perfect light-skinned man.
During an event, Chris Rock highlighted a recurring theme in Tyler Perry's movies, pointing out the limited portrayal of kind and respectful black-skinned boyfriends in Perry's films. Rock supported his statement by referencing Tupac Shakur, suggesting that Perry's movies could benefit from a more diverse range of character representation. Rock stated, "Tupac might be a political leader if he was alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now, so you don't know. Tupac might be the bad, dark-skinned boyfriend in the Tyler Perry movie." Rock's argument was that even someone as influential as Tupac, if given the opportunity to appear in a Tyler Perry movie, might be cast as a less favorable character based on Perry's typical casting patterns. Rock humorously added, "I would hope he's a senator, but he might be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs. In Tyler Perry movies, there's always okay." Chris Rock's perspective echoed Spike Lee's criticism, underlining concerns about the impact of perceived biased casting and storytelling choices on the film industry. Both Rock and Lee raised questions about the potential influence of such portrayals on the audience's perception of Black characters in mainstream cinema.
You know, are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
Yet, if those films, I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry.
Looking deeper into the entertainment industry, it becomes evident that colorism is not unfamiliar within this field. In recent times, Hollywood has faced substantial criticism, often through media-driven campaigns with hashtags that rapidly spread from Twitter to television news. It could be argued that convicted offender Harvey Weinstein was one of the first prominent figures to bring negative attention to the industry. In 2017, a multitude of essay allegations emerged, exposing the darker aspects of Hollywood's culture.
There's a new documentary that is all about the dark side of Hollywood and how some power players allegedly use their positions to prey on young aspiring actors.
In the wake of the #MeToo movement controversy, numerous scandals rocked Hollywood. These scandals included comedian Kevin Hart stepping down as the Oscars host in 2019 due to the resurfacing of past homophobic tweets. Additionally, the #OscarsSoWhite campaign demanded increased diversity in the Oscars and greater recognition for people of color and marginalized communities. So, Hollywood's reputation has been significantly tarnished, with the once illustrious Walk of Fame appearing more like an uninspiring walk of shame without stars.
Kevin Hart has stepped down from hosting this year's Oscars. He put out a statement on Twitter tonight saying, "I have made the choice to step down."
In a February afternoon in 1940s America, actress Hattie McDaniel made history by achieving a groundbreaking milestone, winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in Gone with the Wind, 1940. Her victory was a momentous occasion as she became the first African American to receive this prestigious film award. However, the joy of this achievement was tempered by the harsh reality that she would be segregated from the rest of the attendees at an Oscar ceremony that effectively operated as a whites-only event. Rather than being a joyous celebration, this historic event was marred by the segregation practices prevalent at the time, highlighting the stark racial divisions in the entertainment industry.
I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry. My heart is too full to tell you just how I feel.
80 years later, the film industry continues to grapple with a persistent form of routine discrimination, despite some strides toward increasing diversity. The 2020 Oscars ceremony was tarnished by racial controversies that have unfortunately become all too common for both viewers and industry participants. Prominent snubs, such as the omission of Lupita Nyong'o for her outstanding performance in the 2019 film Us, serve as stark examples of the ongoing issue of racial bias within the industry.
And the Oscar goes to Lupita Nyong'o.
The issue of racial bias in the film industry persists, with movies and shows, including those by Tyler Perry, serving as prominent examples. It's increasingly evident, as seen in Perry's films, that black-skinned actors are often cast as villains. A notable instance is Steve Harris, who portrayed Charles McCarter in one of Tyler Perry's classic movies, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Despite being a successful lawyer, Charles reveals the existence of another woman in his life to his wife, Helen, and proceeds to treat her disrespectfully, ultimately ejecting her from their home.
You don't see it?
No.
You ain't good for nothing. Find my bank statement and get the accountant on the phone. Then call Calvin and tell him to get over here and you can leave.
But Dave also said that the public's perception of Hollywood is at odds with reality, and that it is filled with lovable people like Tyler. Dave supposedly remarked that once you see their genuine faces, you won't be able to stand them since they are too diabolical to bear. He said, "It's the same monster that these Me Too B was trying to tell you about, but they hate the monster for how it F, and I hate that monster for how it eats. But my God, man, it's the same monster." And it turns out that Dave is the only one who can keep up with his words without fearing anyone. Even though Kevin told everybody that he will refuse to wear such dresses because he has boundaries, he showed up in SNL during his debut and shocked everybody, including Chapelle.
I'm doing what it is that I've really dreamt of doing, which is becoming a global brand and what I love to do and tell jokes. So I'm happy.
Hart commented that he thought it was humorous and that no one had informed him that he was forced to do anything. But is it really that straightforward? It took Chapelle 8 years to make his comedic comeback, during which time he was surrounded by a world that made him feel very uneasy. Oprah Winfrey was the subject of his first public interview when he returned home, and he used the opportunity to talk about the experience that forced him to go against the grain of what Hollywood was attempting to become, but clearly did not want to be. In addition to this, he discussed his personal encounter with the dress and how he came to the conclusion that Hollywood and possibly even the Illuminati were attempting to demean and degrade black men.
I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny.
Then he made a cryptic reference to a minor but significant part of the narrative. He exposes a sinister plan developing behind the scenes, one that most viewers won't understand. It appears as Hart is also experiencing the same difficulties as Chapelle. Those who believe that Eddie Murphy and other greats have been emasculated by the politics of the next plateau point to the clothing he wore on Saturday Night Live as evidence. Now Kevin Hart is next in line. Perhaps Chapelle was correct all along. Kevin did wear a dress because he was being forced. Kevin Hart's followers are speculating about whether or not he is a member of the mysterious Illuminati. Do you recall a clip from Kelly Clarkson's show in which Hart cut off the host when she discussed performing tasks she viewed as beneath her for the sake of financial gain? Clarkson then proposed that the people offering the money should be present, to which Hart responded, "It's an open dialogue. We can talk about anything," while putting his finger to his mouth.
Idea of a hold that you were comfortable with having.
And people started to speculate that something weird is definitely happening. One person commented, "This is so weird. I think he's trying to keep both of them safe by cueing her to stop talking about it. This is insane." Another one stated, "The scariest part is that he's clearly making a point about corporate influence, and people in this comment section jump to worldwide conspiracy." Tyler Perry's films such as Acrimony frequently spark debates on social media platforms like Twitter. Some viewers critique Perry for consistently depicting the hardships that Black women endure in relationships with men, while others assert that he is bringing attention to genuine issues that resonate with many Black women. These discussions underscore Perry's storytelling influence and his knack for initiating conversations on significant subjects. Tyler Perry's critics contend that, notwithstanding his positive impact on the Black community, he should be subject to scrutiny for certain shortcomings. They point to instances in his films and TV shows where Black women are portrayed negatively or subjected to unfavorable treatment. Some argue that Perry's works perpetuate the notion of respectability politics as the sole route to happiness and success for his characters.
Manage it, grow it, through all the growing pains of it all. You've managed to do it all on your own, figuring it out and learning as you've gone, calling me a lot.
Moreover, there are concerns that Tyler Perry's assumed level of creative control might overshadow other talented Black and brown female writers and directors in the industry, exemplified by his adaptation of Ntozake Shange's play For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. These criticisms reflect a call for a more nuanced and responsible portrayal of characters and narratives in Perry's work.
You know, when you think about film and television, it's been done the same way for years. You know, you record an image and you put it out there. Well, just because it's been done that way for many, many years.
Not only actors, but also Black comedians expressed discontent with Perry. Over the years, several Black comedians have incorporated cross-dressing into their comedy routines to elicit laughter. This choice involves juxtaposing their commanding presence with the humorous visual of them in dresses and heels. While this approach generates comedic moments, it also carries underlying implications. What are the consequences of using cross-dressing as a comedic tool in this context? As Dave Chapelle said,
certain dots, like when I see that they put every Black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress.
During a recent guest appearance on Oprah's show, comedian Dave Chapelle posed an intriguing question. He questioned why so many accomplished Black male entertainers have chosen to embrace cross-dressing at some point in their careers. One notable example is Martin Lawrence, who gained recognition for his lead role in the Big Mama's House series. Likewise, Eddie Murphy incorporated a female character into his repertoire of roles in the Nutty Professor film series.
This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in it.
Jamie Foxx made a lasting impression with his unforgettable Ugly Wanda character on In Living Color, while Marlon and Shawn Wayans delved into gender reversal for their roles in White Chicks. Furthermore, the less successful Juwana Man movie from a few years ago is a chapter that some may prefer to leave in the past.
I'm here! Ooh, that girl get around.
Among these examples, one figure emerges as the most prominent cross-dresser in contemporary entertainment, Tyler Perry. Perry, recognized not only for his contributions to the entertainment industry, but also for his influence in right-wing evangelical circles, has achieved significant success and acclaim through his Medea franchise.
What the hell is Black Friday? Every Friday is Friday. I'm Black. That's a Black Friday. What you talking about?
Tyler Perry has not only achieved success in the gospel play arena, but has also effectively expanded his triumph into the film industry, bringing his unique portrayal to a broader cinematic audience.
No, it's a stage play. It's like Broadway, just with Black people.
Remarkably, Tyler Perry's latest book, Don't Make a Black Woman Take Off Her Earrings, even secured a spot on the prestigious New York Times bestsellers list. This raises an intriguing question. What lies beneath this phenomenon? Why do these artists choose to engage in acts that may appear to challenge traditional masculinity? And why does the audience enthusiastically embrace the spectacle of black men in such situations? One perspective is that portraying black masculinity in a more feminine context could potentially reduce the perception of threat and increase comfort for certain individuals. These cross-dressing depictions of black men might serve as a counterbalance to the dominant and assertive image often associated with hip-hop culture.
And I signed the contract the way that a 28-year-old expectant father that was broke signs a contract.
Seems like Dave is not the one who has issues with the industry. Ice Cube, whose real name is O'Shea Jackson, candidly revealed that he also allegedly faced obstacles in the past due to his views. He apparently asserted that both The View and Oprah's shows declined to have him as a guest during the promotional period of his successful film Barbershop, and while producing the show Black, White. Interestingly, he noted that the entire cast of each of those shows was invited to Oprah's show on 2 separate occasions, but he personally was not extended an invitation. This experience led him to believe that his views might have played a role in being excluded from certain forums and opportunities in the entertainment industry. Ice Cube meant that he is apparently not welcome on Oprah Winfrey's platform anymore. According to the West Coast icon, he was not even seen in any of her new interviews. He said, "I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View. A few of the hosts just really didn't like where I was coming from. That's what I was told by the producers. I don't know if it was the producers who were just copping out and using some of the hosts to have me not explain myself. I've been there before. It's just when I become an independent thinker. I don't follow their brand of politics, I guess." For many years, Ice Cube has been vocal about his issues with the legendary talk show host. Back in 2006, he openly spoke about the matter to FHM magazine, addressing the situation with the cast of Barbershop. He said, "For Barbershop, she had Cedric the Entertainer and Eve on, but I wasn't invited. She's had damn RCM and lying authors on her show. And if I'm not a rags to riches story for her, who is?" In addition to Ice Cube, other rappers like Ludacris and 50 Cent have also called out Oprah Winfrey in the past, accusing her of being anti-hip-hop. In his book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, 50 Cent also revealed that Gayle King once confronted him over the negative comments he had made about Oprah Winfrey over the years. Cent wrote in a since-deleted Instagram post, "Gayle is the real deal, a very sophisticated, secure, and smart lady. She's never afraid of a situation. So she marched right up to me and basically said, 'Why you talking S about my girl?' However, during the interview with Tucker, the conversation took a seriously controversial turn as Ice Cube delved into how he believes black Hollywood elites allegedly treat their own black artists like modern-day slaves. He expressed his concerns about the industry's dynamics, suggesting that these elites might be complicit in pushing back black artists through their influence on the media. He also shared a video in which the rapper can be seen talking directly to the camera, going on a lengthy rant about feeling disconnected from the elites and gatekeepers in showbiz and sports. While it's not explicitly clear who he's referring to, it seems he's expressing his frustration with certain figures in the industry. Ice Cube allegedly declared that he is not a part of the mainstream crowd, nor does he aspire to be. He goes on to explain that this resistance to conforming to mainstream expectations has sparked frustration among those on the inside. Additionally, it appears that Cube's words may extend to the realm of politics. He makes a reference to his contract with Black America, a proposal he presented before the 2020 presidential race.
Your lead-ins are a little misleading.
How so?
Well, the Platinum Plan is not my plan. I came up with the contract with Black America.
The rapper revealed that he had reached out to both Democrats and Republicans regarding his contract with Black America. However, he shared that the Democrats informed him they would have to wait until after the election, apparently meaning not giving deserved value to the Black lives. In the aftermath of his political involvement, Ice Cube expressed that certain Hollywood and political elites have been deliberately obstructing him and causing obstacles due to his stance. Despite the challenges he had faced, Cube claimed that he is resolute and determined to overcome these hurdles. He made it clear by sending a message to handlers like Oprah that he isn't deterred by the backlash and is steadfast in his commitment to stand by his beliefs and push forward with his vision. Over the course of several years, Hollywood has faced widespread criticism for its role in perpetuating various stereotypes stereotypes that significantly shape the public's perception of Black individuals. This period saw the emergence of a debate suggesting that limited opportunities within the entertainment industry often force Black artists to accept stereotypical roles as a means of sustaining their careers and livelihoods. While the entertainment industry has not yet achieved full racial equality, contemporary performers do possess a certain degree of agency over their choices. What remains intriguing in the context of these modern figures is their apparent willingness to take on cross-dressing roles, with Kevin Hart's name being particularly notable in this regard.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Many individuals have expressed their opposition to witnessing more instances of Black men in dresses, arguing that this phenomenon has reached its saturation point. They contend that our society is already influenced by numerous factors that may undermine the perception of Black men's masculinity, and there's no need to further contribute to these forces in any way.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
It is indeed disheartening that we are opposed to witnessing further instances of Black men in dresses. This phenomenon seems to have reached its limit, and our society already grapples with numerous factors that can undermine the perception of Black men's masculinity.
I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand.
Over an extended period, Hollywood played a leading role in perpetuating a variety of regrettable stereotypes that ultimately influenced the perception of Black individuals for a significant portion of the population. During this period, a debate emerged, suggesting that due to the limited opportunities in the entertainment industry, Black artists often felt compelled to take on stereotypical roles as a means of sustaining their livelihoods. Even fans have their vows on this. One of them wrote, "I saw all this as it happened with the 13 in Hollywood. It was clear to me when I had a very commercially appealing daughter that wanted to go to Hollywood very young. The Lord informed me to deny her want because the industry would ultimately ruin her life. It's a shame this hasn't gone viral. Thanks for exposing this hurtful, harmful, sinful, and damaging entity and community." Another one added, "This can go on both sides. Because of how Hollywood forces Black men to be in dresses, because it's funny, they can stress them out